Hello everybody, it's LPS Tiptoe here, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys 6 new customs that I have recently finished. If you didn't know, I've been customizing LPS since around 2014 now, and it is kind of like my full-time job now. These guys are all currently up for sale on my eBay. There is a limited quantity, so first come, first serve. Alrighty, let's get started. First up is this collie. She has a beige base, flower details on both of her hind legs, and for an extra pop of detail, she has a black and silver glittery circle around her left eye. This design is pretty simple. I wanted, like a neutral base, something calm and pretty, just very elegant. And then for a bit of pop, I included this black and silver glitter around her eye, and I think it goes together super nicely. I really love how the black and silver glitter stands out against her neutral beige base. Next up is this collie. This collie has a white base with dark purple and light purple details, plus a cute little star in the center of her forehead. So this is where most of my inspiration came from for the line of these customs. On this custom, I was really trying something new. I haven't really done like these abstract sort of shapes onto LPS before, but I thought it'd be something fun to try out since, I hadn't done it before, and this was mostly just an experiment, and I really like how she turned out. I think the yellow adds some nice contrast and that pop of color. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the eye color, but I thought the gray went really well with the purple and the overall theme of this custom. Next up is this very colorful purple short hair. So I've been wanting to try a lot of new different designs because usually my customs have a very similar look to all of them. So I've been trying to break that kind of pattern I had going, and I tried really hard to come up with something creative and different, fun, colorful, something different than what I've done before. So this is where this cat comes in. It does have a lot of my signature style, I think, such as the little planets and stars on her back leg here. I love putting designs on the back legs, and I think a lot of my customs have a very space inspired look to them, and this is definitely no exception. I also decided to have yellow accents against the dark purple so they'll stand out more and create kind of a pop of color. There's lots of little details I love about this custom. From her eyes, I love how I did her eyes. Even though they look like one color, there's another color kind of blended in there to create these yellow eyes. And I also really love the detail on her back leg. I think that's one of the best I've ever done. I don't have any names for her yet, but I was thinking maybe the name Venus. I don't know if that really matches, with like the colors and everything of Venus, but I think Venus might be a fun name for this cat. I don't know, leave your opinions down below. On this cat, I think I was definitely trying to be more creative, have more colors integrated into customs, and really create something unique and, a custom that I've never really done before. And I think I accomplished that with this custom. Next up, we have another short hair cat, and it is this little guy. So a common theme in all these customs I'm showing you guys today is breaking boundaries of what I set up for myself. So I'm trying to be more creative, more out there, creating things that I haven't really done before, and really trying to break a boundary that I had created myself. As a customizer, I was starting to notice that my customs all look very similar color schemes and patterns, and I really wanted to try and break that, really come up with something creative and fun and fresh. So on this little guy, I had never really worked with like a peachy color mixed with a blue. I know that these two colors are complementary to each other and I thought it would work, and I definitely think it did. This cutie has orange eyes, a light blue base on the body, and a dark blue base on his head. I think orange eyes are super unique as well. I haven't done a custom with orange eyes before. Usually my eyes are all blue, so again, trying to break those boundaries and come up with something creative. And he doesn't have a name yet, so if you have any name suggestions, I would love to hear them. Next up is this hermit crab. So another common thing about my customs is that they are often all cats and dogs. Why is that? Well, it's probably because I only use fake LPS for customs because I don't like to destroy perfectly good LPS in order to customize them. I'd rather just stick to fake LPS, and it's easier to get them and I can order them in groups, you know, really easy for me to get a hold of. But there aren't a lot of fake LPS that aren't cats and dogs. The only example I can think of is there are some fake dragon LPS, but it's just mostly cats and dogs. So in wanting to try something new, I had this damaged hermit crab, and here is the final results. This is a fairly simple custom only because it was my first time customizing a hermit crab and I didn't really know where to place designs or anything, so I kept it pretty simple. And if anyone is looking to purchase this LPS, this is going to be a cheaper LPS because it is simple and it's a fairly common LPS mold that a lot of people don't like. So if you want one of my customs but maybe you can't afford, you know, the $20 ones, this one will be going for $10 up on my eBay. So this is pretty much a really cheap custom that will be going up for sale. This crab also has a very similar color scheme to this previous collie, except the eyes are a little bit more blue on this one, and on the shell I mixed this pink with gold to create a shimmer on the shell. And the last custom for today is this dachshund. This custom is very much inspired by the painting Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. If it wasn't obvious enough, here's a look. If you couldn't tell, this is one of those LPS that don't really like to turn around correctly all that much, So this dachshund is inspired by a work I did in my art class. I had to sculpt a letter and then paint it. So I was really inspired by the painting Starry Night because I think it is definitely one of the most famous paintings of all time. And after completing that project and kind of recreating Starry Night onto this letter sculpture, I thought it would be fun to do onto an LPS. Although this LPS is fairly simple, I think she has a lot of detail, mostly in the ears where I put some of like the swirly little stars, and on the other side we have the moon, and it's very yellow and bright. And I also gave her yellow eyebrows because I thought that this space was a little plain, so as a last detail I added these yellow eyebrows, and I really think it livens up the look. I also just gave her some basic yellow details on her paws and tail, and lastly, the nose. The eyes were a lot of fun as well because I didn't do the simple two-stripe color. I tried to combine different shades of blue into the eyes. In the painting, there's lots of little strokes of blue, and I tried to recreate that into the eyes as well as onto the ears. Here you can see this has texture to it, which is something I really wanted to create because mostly, you know, you try and get that smooth, clean finish on customs, but I really wanted to give the ears, and especially the detailed parts, some texture. So there is a lot of texture on the ears. Overall, I think this custom was a lot of fun to paint. I think Starry Night is a beautiful painting. I've actually seen it in real life in a museum in New York, and it's just incredible. I think it is definitely well appreciated and well talked about, and I think it deserves every bit of attention it gets because honestly, it's just a beautiful piece of art. I also added a little bit of gloss to the moon here to kind of give it some shine and again more texture. And I did that the same on some of the stars here. You know, they're just a little shiny, but only on like a couple of them. And if anyone is curious, here is the art piece that I did that actually inspired this custom, currently on my filming desk, as you can see here. This was one of the funnest projects I did in art, and if you turn around this way, boom, look at that! So if you are curious, it's supposed to be a cursive L. I wasn't the greatest at sculpting this cursive L, but I tried my best. And I chose L because my name is Laura, and I was like, oh, just do the first letter of my name. So it's just a little L. Alrighty, so those are all the customs I have to show you guys today. If you would like to see more customs, you can follow my custom Instagram account, which is at LPS Tiptoe Customs. And just an update on my photography account, my name used to be just at LPS Tiptoe, but has changed to at LPS Tiptoe Official. No spaces, no periods in between, nothing. Just at LPS Tiptoe Official. So, if you want to follow me, the links are all down in the description down below, along with the links to purchase any of these customs. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave some name suggestions down in the comments below because I am terrible at naming my customs. I know a lot of people give their OCs names, but for some reason, I just never do. I just forget. I don't know. Anyways, you can also hit that subscribe button and that notification bell icon to never miss an upload. I love you all so very much, and I will see y'all later. Oh, and if you would like to see more videos about customs, leave some suggestions down below. Would you like me to do some tips and tricks, Q&A on customs, maybe create a custom with me? I don't know. If you have any suggestions, make sure to leave them down below. Alrighty, I think that's all for now. See y'all later. Bye!